Okay, so now I want to talk about paint correction, something that really I feel like makes us stand out from a lot of shops. We pride ourselves on the level of correction work that is done before a car gets wrapped, before it gets coated, before it gets filmed. Because, you know, there are some basics like installing ceramic coatings that, I mean, if you watch a few YouTube videos, you would feel like just about anybody could do that. But not everyone can do the level of prep work that we do. You can see behind me I have a light stand here. I have my Mark II Rupes 21 with the chrome head holder, which signifies that this is a Kevin Brown Buff Daddy machine with the exact fit backing plate. This is some serious firepower for cutting out defects. The reason I'm showing you guys on this car instead of the Model 3 is because the Model 3 is already fully corrected. Between shooting videos and being here early and late, and, you know, still having a deadline to get my car back to my customer, we already did the paint correction on that car, and my buddy behind the camera here was not here after hours when we were doing that, and you guys don't want to see me with a camera to tell how hyper I am. It's Blue Tesla. This car is also getting a full body wrap and CQuartz finest. I'm going to demonstrate kind of the first step of correction work we do. The first step is removing any of the big scratches and defects. I put this tape line here so you can kind of see the difference. But there's a lot of buffer swirls here. There's a lot of random isolated scratches. There's a big sanding cluster right here that I put my tape line right through the middle of. And it's just generally, I mean, overall kind of a dull finish. It doesn't look that shiny to me. It's like I see a noticeable gloss difference when we polish a new car. And it's one of my favorite parts of my job is people are like, why does my new car need to be polished? And then the best description I ever got is that when they got a new car, it was shiny, and when we gave it back to them, it was in high definition. They said it looked like it was in HD, and here's how we get that result. I'm going to start by putting a few drops on my pad. With this compound, you do not need to prime your pad. It works better with a little bit of flowing abrasives. So I did put quite a bit there for my first go-around. After that, I'll be using a lot less. I have my handy knee pad here. This makes all the difference in the world, guys, because I make all my money on my knees, so I need my knees to be well preserved and looking sexy all the time. I'm just kidding. I actually do make all my money on my knees, but not that vain. So I'm going to go ahead and take the polisher. I'm going to spread my compound out a little bit like this. I'm going to set my polisher to about 2.5 because I'm a firm believer in slow rotations. That's my polishing technique. And I'm going to start polishing. Did a quick pass right here. You guys can see I have these really bright LED lights behind me, which are great for giving me a general idea of where I'm working and showing me some defects. But if you really want to get paint perfect, if you really want to take it to the next level, you want to get everything out, you need this. This is a Phoenix light. This is otherwise known as the destroyer of souls. This thing will kill your confidence and make you think you are not very good at polishing cars, because no matter how good your paint looks under that light, the sun, that light, you put this on it, chances are it's going to ruin your day. But this is what I insist all cars are finished down to with in my shop. So we have these for general working area, and we have this to actually see the paint up close and personal. So I'm going to wipe my polish off using an edgeless double plush microfiber towel. These will not scratch paint. And I expect the paint to be hazy. This was my first step, so the first step is really aggressive, so it leaves kind of a much smaller scratch pattern known as DA haze. I expect to see that, but I expect to see my defects mostly gone. The defects are mostly gone compared to the other side. There's still quite a few scratches over here. I'm going to pull this, I'm actually going to polish this section real quick. I'll do a second step on it, and I'm going to compound it one more time, but I'll save you guys the boring part of that because it's not quite there yet. And then I'll show you guys some footage of the before and after when it's done. Now that I have made a few more passes here and got all the scratches out that I wanted to get out, fast forward a little bit, and I'm using a Rupes Duetto. This is actually a smaller throw machine. I really like using this machine for my final polishing. And conveniently, the secret sauce compound I was using finished down beautifully. So there's not a lot to polish out there. This is just going to be really adding that final bling, that thing that lets me say we bring the shine. So I'm going to go ahead and polish this section out, and then we'll pull the tape off and we'll show you the difference between the before and after. On my knees again. Okay, now that I finished polishing it, I'm going to wipe the polish off and I'm going to pull my sole crusher back out and make sure I got it right. The thing that literally separates the men from the boys when it comes to correction work is your lighting. I would say it's well within the 90% range, which is not quite perfect, but we'll be going back over this anyways, because by the time I get this tape off here and stuff, we'll leave a little marring there, getting the tape residue off. So now I'm going to pull the tape off and I'm going to show you guys the difference. It's really dramatic. This is actually a much deeper, richer blue. And when I go over here, I can see that like my sanding mark was perfectly cut in half. There's still buffer swirls over here. There's a lot of deep scratches on this side that don't carry over to this side. All I see is crisp, clear reflections right here. That's some good looking paint. That, not so much. And even throughout my cuts and stuff, guys, just to do that little section took us about 20 minutes. And I actually would go back over this again, which I will later, just for all intents and video purposes. I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend here doing this. I want to start working on the car. And that's the whole process that went down on the Model 3, and we'll show you guys the paint on that thing before we wrap it. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more of my videos, and have a great day.